Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Delightful Creations. I'm Amber, and I wanted to pop on here and share with you a junk journal that I have made from the Dear Julie Scrap All About It holiday channel. This is from her December junk journal challenge. You could use anything, and you had to make 12 days of 12 different embellishments going from 1 to 12 and shove them all in a very fat journal. So I wanted to share with you all of this that I've made, and then I'm going to take out the stuff that I'm not going to keep in this journal so that I can actually use it. So I made a coffee themed journal, and I did my first ever sewing on my cover. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And there is white sewing on here. I did a zigzag stitch all the way around, and inside of here is a manila folder. Just a classic one. I just folded it in half and cut that little tab part off, and then I sewed on my fabric. So let's get into it. This beauty here has a lot of pages, and one of the first things we had to make obviously was one tassel. So I made this sweet little paper tassel, and I put some purple gems on it, a purple flower, some lace, and then some beads over here with the word believe. I don't know if I'll keep this on here because I'm not sure if I want to eyelet. It's really tight on the inside because I had to make it fit. So here's the front cover. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then here is the inside. It says coffee. It has this thing, coffee mug here with some beans. And I used a paper pad called Brewiful Day. Like wonderful day, but Brewiful. By Michaels. I've had it for about a year and a half, maybe a year and a half. I have 2 of those paper pads because I thought I would love it so much. So with one, I've made this journal. I still have tons of paper left from that, plus all the cut aparts. So awesome. This one here is the front cover that I chose to do, and all these are different layers. There's so many interesting things, and it's going to be very difficult to write in here the way it is, so that's why I need to pull some things out. So my first page here says coffee is my, and then when you go to the back, the very last page here, it says love language. Coffee is my love language, and this is a digital from Lindsay Zenor. Then we have a ledger paper, you guys. Oh my goodness, I put a ledger paper in here. I did coffee diet. I added one of my handmade little pockets here. I did some stenciling on it because that was part of the challenge as well. You had to have 11 different stencils. I think you had to have 8 different tags. And on each element, you had to put 3 different things. So yeah, it was a really, for me, it was a really intense challenge, but everybody on Julie did wonderful. And they were like, oh, it's so easy. You can do it. No, it was really difficult for me. It really challenged me. So here's more of that ledger paper. Some stenciling over here in the corner. I used some fun scissors and cut down the edge. And then we have this fun coffee paper that you could color. I may color some of these coffee mugs. I think that'll be really fun. I have a vellum pocket here. And then I glued on the word mocha at the top of it. I thought that was super fun. It's really tight right now. I have inspection requested with 2 because there's a magazine photo here with 2 different coffee cups. And I added some washi on the side and some fun trim. Eyelash trim? I don't know what you call that. It's like fuzzy. It reminds me of like, I don't know, dogs or something. It's fuzzy trim. And then we have Be Beautiful with some writing space, some more lovely writing space. And then on here I stamped a couple of mugs. This is some lace on the side, and I have a flap in here from the other side which has a tiny envelope. So I didn't glue it down all the way, and I made it a little tuck spot since this paper here is so beautiful. It has gold foil on these hearts, and I just tucked in this journaling card. Enjoy the little moments. That was out of one of my Joann paper kits, and then I just rounded the edges and I glued it on the back. I did some stenciling and I did a little bit of splashing. So that tucks right in there. And then here's another one of my coffee tags. I love this one. It's so adorable. Oh my gosh, I love it. So that's this page. And then next we have that envelope flip out, and it says, I adore you. There's nothing in there at the moment. And then I have my bird on there with some washi, some of this paper from the pack, and then I added a banner strip here. This one here is a little extra fun flip. I don't know what I'm going to put on there. Maybe I'll stick a little photo, but I did ink around the edges, and yeah, I just think it's a really cute little addition, kind of cover up some of that white. And then I have my altered paper clip here. I think you had to have 4 of these, 4 different altered paper clips. So there's that one. It's just sitting there waiting for me to add something to it. This is a napkin that I just glued down on top of this paper. I turned this side into a pocket, and I did some stenciling. This was the top of a heart doily. And over here I have my journaling page from my Christian journal. It says Hallelujah stamped down here on the bottom. And this is my absolute page spread favorite in the whole entire journal. I have a altered paper clip here. on my belly band. It's super cute. It's a little tag. It has a heart Brad here. And then it has this. It's supposed to be sticking out. So you could hang it if you wanted to, but I turned it into a paper clip. Love with some roses. And then I have my bird down here. It says just at the moment with a tag. Now this tag is super cool because it is actually 3 layers. So I have my coffee dyed or tea dyed paper on the back, then music paper, and then I have a laminated napkin on top of that. So you see the music paper through the laminated napkin. Maybe you guys can't see if I get a little closer. There we go. See, look at that. It's super gorgeous. I absolutely love this. I love this tag. So it goes right in here in my belly band. And then I use the paper clip to hold it on there because it is quite slick with being laminated. And it's on top of this really pretty silver vellum. And then on the back of that, I've got coffee cups. I folded over the corner from this. So on this other side, it's got a flower. And I just folded that over. I thought that would look super cute. So I didn't want to trim the paper down and waste it. This here is a book page I made a pocket out of, and then I added a big giant tag, which this tag here is a paint card tag, and I added some extra strips from the collection here, and then I put my coffee cup there in the center, and I wanted to match the ribbon to that little heart there. And this is a book paper that I had out of my book. I did a, what does she call this? A napkin tab. I just sewed 2 pieces of napkin together, and I ruffled them up. I glued them first, and then I sewed it on top. So that's fun. I've never done that technique before. I'm just learning so much. You guys. It's such a blast. This here is the darkest paper in the set, and it is all glittery, and there's no way you can write on it. So I just stuck this fun little embellishment down here. It says, "Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee." And this space up here will be perfect for adding a photo. Thought that was super neat. Then we have our pocket. And we had to make 3 notebooks. So here again is an altered paper clip right here. Got coffee. I love it. It's so adorable. Oh my gosh. That is actually chipboard in the middle of that one. And this one here is a little flip up notebook. And I stapled it and I added the ribbon, gold ribbon there just to add some decoration. And it just flips up and there's actually writing space. I did a little bit of stamping in here. Here's a coloring page. I added a heart sticker. Let's see. Here's the stamping. There's a teacup. A teacup and a plate, and then there's a pie at the beginning and at the end, because who doesn't like pie, right? We had to use, I think, 6 different stamps, and you had to stamp in 12 places, so it's definitely a challenge. This is a coffee book page that has a bunch of different coffee recipes, so I took that apart and put a page in here. I love the way that looks, super pretty. And then on this side, it had, you know, something frappe, which I love frappes, cream or sugar. I have a nice big pocket here. I need to pull something out to tuck in there. Oh, here we go, journaling card. I always got my journaling cards over here, you guys. Alrighty, here we go. We got sweet. So this one will be awesome because it's a nice bigger pocket having this tucked down here. Before it was too skinny for me to slip anything into there, so I like that I can actually put something in there now. Here we have another little fun page that Julie showed us how to fold. And this one says, "But first coffee." Another notebook we had to make. This one I've never made before. This is called a scrappy notebook, similar to a Post-it note. Well, this actually was part of a Post-it note that I bought for my husband years and years ago, and he gave them back to me because he doesn't use them. So, sweet little doggy in this flower pot. And then I just used little scraps of paper that I had laying around. So there's some green and some purple. This is actually Post-it note paper too. I did some stamping. It says pray more, worry less. The stamp didn't turn out that great. I haven't used it, and I just think I need to get used to using it. I didn't ink it up enough. So yeah, it's a fun little scrappy bit there. Put that back in here for now, just so I have all of my pieces from this challenge together until I figure out what I want to keep. I have a napkin here that I just glued on, and I washi-ed it to make sure it would stay down on the edges. Beautiful little bird tag, and actually I turned it into look like kind of like a mason jar, and I added some glitter to this flower. I have a brad here, added a tab, and then on the back I just inked it with a bunch of hearts. Super fun. My triangle flip down, you guys. There we go, with a bunch of hearts. On my music paper. This is the plainest part of the whole book. It's just a flip out, and I did this stamping over here. I added some notebook paper, and then we have our words over here. So this notebook is definitely more for a visual. There's not a whole ton of writing space in here. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable writing on that because I want to look at it, but I mean, I'll probably add a pocket and tuck something in there. We'll see. So here is a butterfly doily, and then there's another altered paper clip here. It is a brad in the middle with a flower with a bunch of fun fibers on the side. I added a white button. Sorry, I almost said butterfly button. And then there is a heart dangle on this side. So it's really fun, and it holds in my tag that I made, and it has a little stamped image that I colored on top of an embossed tag that I made in the background, and it's a pocket. So I'd be able to tuck something down in there. Super cute. And that goes in here, and then I did this cluster down here. It says peaceful. And I just feel peaceful when I have my coffee in the morning before everybody gets all cranky or starts arguing with each other. Yes, it's nice in the mornings. It's my quiet time. And then we have a doily with butterflies. Here's a charm hanging off my purple lace. This one says happiness. And I added a button, and I added some gemmies here. And this is a paper clip holding on another tag that you could write on the back of, just so I had some writing space. And on here as well, this one's on the back of this because I planned on gluing this one down to some paper to back it so that you would have, again, that writing space. And I inked those up, and I glittered them up. Here's my other envelope. We were required to make 2 envelopes, or use 2 envelopes, I mean, in our journal. And you had to decorate them. So this one's empty. There's nothing in there, but it is a coffee dyed envelope. And then on this side, I did some stamping. Beautiful. My little washi, little tuck spot here. Super fun. Then I have my napkin glued down. I cut it out, just these 2 little flowers. I really like that it represents this purple. So fun. Then the next page, we have another pocket. It says hug in a mug, and I've had this I've had this for a long time, so I'm glad I was able to use it. I made this blue, fun little blue. It says Mercy down here with a flower with some blue lace and a blue fiber. And on the back, it's just notebook paper. I was able to make that. The rest of that page is another pocket here. I used some coffee, I used tea. I used tea and I dyed some doilies, and it turned out like a bluish purple color. And I only have a few of these, so I wanted to add the full doily over the top, and I made it so that you could write underneath here. I'll be able to glue it down if I want to turn it into a tuck spot, so that'll be a lot of fun. Then in here, I put a journaling card with some lace, because we had to use lace in 10 different places. So I have some more writing space. So that one just goes in there. Here is a library card tuck spot here and here. It goes back behind there. And then I used my extra stamping to clean my stamp off behind there of those hearts. And some lace at the top. This is on the back of that coffee page. It had a recipe that I'll never make, so I just covered it up. And then this one here is the same thing. Coffee liqueur. Haven't got to that page. I'll probably collage on top of it. Then we have a pocket over here, and I have a tag that I made, which is a Project Life card that I laminated. And then I have a little banner that I made, and I added a brad to it, and I just thought it would be really cute for decoration, but you could also just write on the back. So I'm not sure how I'll use all these pretty pieces. Back of this paper, I just added a doily for now. My book page, I want to be able to write on. Here, same, I did some stamping, really plain paper here for stamping. I left this blank because I'm probably going to add some purple ribbon or purple lace to the side to bring out those purple flowers. And then all coffee cups here. You could write here, but I absolutely love the way this page looks together with this vellum on top. It's just super pretty with these pink coffee cups behind there. This is more of the napkin, a different napkin that I've laminated and glued down. I've turned this one into a pocket. And this was a charm. It actually has a embossed coffee cup on there. I lost my words for a second. Let me go back to our journaling paper. This one's really plain on this side. I didn't know what to do, and I just felt really overwhelmed with how many things that we had to do. So when I was done with the things that I had to check off my list, I just left the rest of the pages blank so they could breathe. So on the back side of here, there are some really cute little green butterflies that I stamped all over the page. Big pocket here. A little cluster that I made. I love this little cluster. And then inside there, we had to make 3 different notebooks. And here's one of my other little charms that I've made. This one says hope on it. It says enjoy the little things with some music paper. And then a rosette that I made in the background on top of a paint chip. And I left this pocket open. I've never made a journal, out of a paper bag before. And this was a glassine bag that I had picked up. And so I have fun little pages in here. Obviously, they're going to be plain and purple. And this is going to be just a fun little extra piece to be able to write in. Keep some memories. And yeah, I just had a ton of fun. I explored some different options of putting things together and laying them out and using a stash. Super excited about that part. Here's that gorgeous paper again. I made a lace tab. Never done that before. I added some jemmies to it just for some extra pink. I don't know. I like the way it feels. And then I did some stenciling along the side here. And I like how that looks behind there. Super pretty. And then over here I have another tuck spot. It says, faith is not hoping God can, it is knowing He will. And this is a sticker. It was a vellum sticker from a set I got at Hobby Lobby a little while ago. And then I can color on here if I want. And then I stenciled on Sweet Day, and then I stamped on there 2 different pies. I used my pink and my yellow, and it kind of made it an orange ink here. And since there were 2 holes, I did what Julie did, and I put my lace through the holes. I think she did ribbon on hers, but I just thought that was a neat idea. And then on the other side, it just adds a little bit of color. And I can glue this down if I want, but I kind of like the idea of it being loose, so I can maybe tuck something in there. I'm not sure yet. And then the very last page says, celebrate today. And I thought that was the perfect little ending because every day you should celebrate. But being the end of the journal, it's super exciting when you filled up the entire thing and you get to go on and begin a new journey or a new journal. So this was my coffee time junk journal that I made for the Dear Julie December 2020 challenge. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye, everybody.